Fashion is one of the fastest growing industries in Africa. People are becoming increasingly aware and are adapting to the current trends. Olive Gashara is the director of Kinky Models, a modeling agency based in Nairobi, Kenya. She has been able to turn her passion into a business.
I started Kinky Models about 5 years ago, just after I started my career as a model. I realized that there were not very many agencies that focus on fashion modeling. Most of them were casting agents for advertising and whatnot. And there'd be a couple of fashion shows being held in Nairobi. When I'd be asked, do I know of any other models who I can bring along, because I didn't really know where to go and get models from. So I thought, okay, that's a nice opportunity. If I start an agency where I get models who do mostly fashion and hostess, like fashion type models, there's clearly a market for it.
Her journey into entrepreneurship began from humble beginnings. Hard work and dedication has helped her grow as an entrepreneur.
I was working a little office space in my mother's office, and it's a type of business where I'm not in the office much generally, so the office space was just kind of to build that credibility that comes with saying that I'm located in such and such a place. And then eventually I was able to get my own office, and we started training models. So able to get like a very nice, strong base of models, and we went up to 50. But I chose not to go beyond 50 models because I'd rather have a few models who are working more frequently, and that way we get more dedicated and committed models to the agency.
I was trained at Kinky as a model, and also when I go for auditions, there are a few things that she has also mentioned to us to consider, and at the end of the day you get picked, because if you put into considerations what she has taught you, you get the job.
Eventually I was able to diversify. I went into styling, because now the modeling agency kind of grew its own wings, so it was working well by itself. It didn't need my involvement as much. Like when I started, I would have to go for all auditions just to make sure the models are there and they're doing what they need to do and they're dressed in the particular way they're required to be dressed. But at some point, they all knew what to do, and they became dependable in such a way that I can just send them out without having to be there physically.
Olive has continued to expand her business and has now added image consultancy to it.
In image consultancy, I work with both individual clients for one-on-one consultations and with corporates or with groups of people. So for the individual client, what I do is we do a color analysis where you figure out what colors work with that particular client best. And you also do a body line analysis where you get to know the client's body shape and what types of clothes or what types of cuts of clothes will go best with her figure shape. For the corporates, we give talks on personal branding, professional image, and communication skills. Usually it's in the form of a workshop of not more than 20 people, because now then you're able to get up close and personal with the people involved, just pretty much to increase the level of dress in a company.
Muthoni Njoba, who is also her business partner, was among the first people to benefit from her consultation service.
As a friend, I was lucky enough to be one of the first people that she did a consultation for, which, to be honest, was the most helpful thing when it came to being in the fashion industry. I know makeup, but I don't know clothes. Yeah, so having a session with her, she was able to explain to me what suits my body type, what is best for in terms of color palettes, what best suits me. And since then, I've been able to put into practice every lesson that she's been able to teach me. It's been extremely helpful.
Olive has also taken advantage of partnerships and has used them to benefit her business and colleagues.
When I have a big event, when I have a big show, when I have a big shoot, I just bring in people as I see fit.
In terms of business, that's the partnership that we have. When I get requests on my end about stylists, I send my clients to her. And when she gets requests about makeup artists, she sends her clients to me.
Her yearly turnover is also a reflection of how much her business has grown.
I think in the first year, I think we barely made it, because all the money that I'd make, I'd reinvest, used to brand the company, put up the website and develop the models a bit more. And then, so slowly by slowly, it's grown from zero. Shortly, we're making $2,000 a year. Now we are at about 15,000. I didn't really need that much capital when I started because at the time I was working from my mother's office, and when models came in, they came in with their portfolios already done. So pretty much we're just putting together the portfolios into one main portfolio for the company and marketing it. Some of the milestones I think I have achieved as a modeling agency is being one of the go-to agencies in East Africa, which I think is something that I didn't think I'd achieve in such a short time, but I'm glad that I have. I think what made me successful is having a good crop of models who deliver, who are well behaved, who are reliable. When you call them, they're there. When they're working with clients, the clients are happy. So it generates a lot of repeat business and referral business.
Olive also looks for ways to give back to the community.
We did a model search in the slums of surrounding Nairobi, and from there we came up with 10 models who we revolved the launch of Kinky models around. So we did a fully fledged fashion show in Sarit Center, and we got these models being the models, and then the Kinky models that we had on board were just there as ushers and, you know, in the crowd to like pass the word and let people know about the agency. So it was a very good time for them kind of to get the exposure and the confidence that they need. So I like to bring them in and have them work with the other models, just as any other model. But then now you see for them, 2,000 shillings goes a lot further than 2,000 shillings to someone who lives in a nice house and, you know, is taken care of by the parents or who's in university.
Her advice to other entrepreneurs in the industry?
It's a very passion-driven industry, and as long as you're working with people who are doing it because it's something that they love, then I think you'll be good to go.
Successful entrepreneurship involves pursuing passion while learning the lessons. Diligence and determination will cause such entrepreneurs to venture into new territories, and they become the drivers of the African economy.